Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Now, I think last time I said we were going to build a moon base and send it to the moon. However, I've looked at our money situation, and I feel like we need to work on that a little bit. We need more money in order to get ourselves that base that we want. So we really could do with doing some contracts. Now, let's check out what we've got. So active, we've got to ferry to tourists safely to their destinations. So we've got an orbit for this guy and an orbit for this guy. We're going to do that soon, and then it says we've got one here for a surface outpost on Minmus. Minmus would be a good place to go to because I noticed this. Fly by Minmus, we get a load of money for that. So let's accept that. And explore Minmus, we can get loads of money for that as well. So let's accept both of them. And first of all, we'll get these two tourists done and out of the way. So the first thing I thought about these tourists is we want a really cheap craft because it's not going to get us a lot of money. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to build a brand new craft and it's going to be nice and cheap. We're going to get a command pod. Yep, that sounds like a good idea. Let's bring it up. You raise me. Now, there we go. We're going to put a parachute on the top of that. So hopefully our space tourist... Oh, hang on a minute. No, we need more than a parachute. Let's just put our parachute to one side because our space tourist is going in that capsule. So what we need is another command and control pod. We're going to use this control canister to actually control the pod. There we go. Now, we need batteries on this. Let's get some batteries so that we can keep this thing going for a while. These batteries might explode and pop off on re-entry, but to be honest, I don't care about that. We don't need them. Aerodynamics, let's give ourselves a heat shield on the bottom. There we go. There's our pod we're going to send up our guy in. Now, let's get ourselves some structural parts and make up a very crude way of getting us up. So, let's just bring this up a bit more. There we go. Let's put some engines on it. Let's put this solid fuel booster here. Let's have a second stage. Solid fuel booster there. Brilliant. I'm not sure this is going to work. Oh well, never mind. Oh, hang on a minute. Don't we need... We're going to need more than just that up there. We're going to need something to control the whole thing, aren't we? Let's put a tank on the bottom. There we go. Oh, we're going to need a separator there as well. Structural decoupler, stack decoupler, there we go. And an engine. We're going to need a little engine. Let's put... Where is it? There's my little engine, the little terrier. Brilliant. Okay. Now, I think a couple of solar panels on this thing as well to make sure we've got enough power. I'm probably going a little bit overboard with the power, but never mind. So there's our pod for returning, our upper stage, and then we've got this lower stage here for getting us up there. I'm going to go completely nuts and put another one on. And I'm going to reduce its power down to about 66%. I want a little bit of a slower burn on that. And then we're going to have a bit more burny stuff. How cheap can I make this for? I've seen people do some very cheap rockets in the past. Let's put let's get some RT-10s and put them on the side. Fantastic. There he is. A nice little dirty rocket to get ourselves in orbit. We've got a parachute. We decouple from that. We don't want to decouple our upper stage straight away. Let's move that. We do want to turn the... Let's see. We want to turn the engine on at the same time there. We want to turn that booster on at the same time, and want to turn those boosters on at the same time. Maybe we can even blow up the boosters that we're ejecting. I don't like leaving debris all over the place. Blowing it up is fun. Right, so this is going to be our Tourist Craft Mark 1. Oops. There we are. A Mark 1 tourist craft. There we go. Let's save that. Now, it's going to cost us 9,000 for this one. As long as it works, we're golden. Brilliant. Let's make sure our tourist is in it. So we need to take one of these tourists. Let's take just the top one. You take the top one. Now, one of these tourists wants to go on a suborbital flight and an orbit, and one of them just wants to go on an orbit. That's fine. Okay, so there's our tourist down there. Let's put SAS on. Have a look at our fuel. Now, this is a bit of an experiment. I have played around with a few craft like this in Sandbox before. Dirty, cheap orbiters. Actually, I think these solid fuel boosters probably ought to be limited as well, otherwise we're going to get a bit quick. Okay, back into vehicle assembly. Let's limit them and have a look. See, because I got this... we don't want to go too quickly at the beginning. So, I'm going to put these to 66 as well. That'll do. Yep, that one's 66. So we're going to burn for a little bit longer, a little bit close, a little bit further, because as we're lower down in the orbit, in the atmosphere, I don't want it to go too fast. So hopefully that'll do it. We might fail this, and we might need to have another go. Okay, so let's give it a try. Good luck, tourist. Filbury, hope you enjoy your trip. Okay, it is taking off, albeit moderately slowly, which is kind of what I wanted. I didn't want it to be too quick. We're just kind of getting it going, getting it up, getting some surface momentum. We're going at 60 meters per second. It's not a bad start. We're about to ditch these and go to the next stage. There we go. Brilliant. I have no idea if this is going to work. We've got no kind of fins or anything like that on this. I'm just going pretty much straight up for now. It seems to be working quite well at the moment. I'm going to try and risk it and bring it over on its side. There we are. We're going to bring it over. Oh, that sounds like something hit the ground there. Right, we're nearly ready for the next stage. This one at the next stage is full throttle. I was hoping to be up at 10 kilometers before I put this one on, but let's see. There we go. This one is coming over a bit easier. Let's bring it over to 90. See how we're going with that. Right. This is a bit of a dirty way of doing things. 16 kilometers up, sorry. Let's see how it keeps going. We are getting some Mach effects. We're actually probably going to get some heating effects. Yep. Hopefully nothing will explode. And there we go. Brilliant. We're out the thicker part of the atmosphere, so these heating effects should die off now. Okay, good. So we're actually up. Let's check the contracts. Now, who's this? One of these guys we want to get into space. 1 minute 10, 1 minute 11. We're actually getting too far away from this node, so let's bring our throttle down. There we go. Right. Now, who is it? We've got a space tourist. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destinations. I'm fairly sure we can do them separately. So that's what I'm trying to do. We're doing one, then we're going to do the other. We'll see if it's. We'll see if we can do that. We'll see if we can even make an orbit with this vessel. We've managed to get our top stage, which is this bit, quite high up already, which is not too bad. I don't know if we've got enough fuel to get round, but we'll see. We'll see. I've got a feeling we might have. As soon as we're up to about 71, I'm going to kill this. Maybe 72, just to be safe. There we go, 72. Let's give ourselves a manoeuvre here, just for timing purposes. We know what direction we want to go. We just need to know how long we need to burn. Okay, so that is telling us we've got about 1 minute and 15 burn. Hopefully we've got that much fuel on board. So let's get ourselves pointing the right way. It turns lovely now we're in space, and now it's a smaller ship. I think we may have too much power systems on this, but never mind. Batteries probably aren't required with those solar panels. So, it's going to take about 1 minute and 15, which means I'm going to fire it at 40 seconds, which is what we are at now. So, there we go. Maximum power. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep going for 1 minute and 15. Let's see if this works. This is going to be interesting. I won't sit here for the whole burn. I will come back shortly. Right, we're getting very close on the fuel and very close to this. Let's bring that throttle down. I only just want to get into space. Only just. 20, 30, 40. Slow down, stop. Bit more. Stop. There's an orbit. There's an orbit. Now we have to bring him back safely. 70, 72 with 12 fuel remaining. That's fine. That is fine. We've got the notifications from these as well. So we've got 3 credits, 3,000 credits there, 3,000 credits there. We're still not in profit on this, but never mind. We want to whip round the planet and then come back down when we're getting close. So let's warp to about here. Let's have our tourist have a little float around. Alright, Filbury Kerbin, you're going around a planet, mate. You're in space and everything. There we are. Only just, though, with that amount of fuel. Wasn't the best takeoff, but did the job. Now we've got to try and bring him back. Hopefully pretty close to the space station. And it's going to have to be in water. We've got no landing gear. So I think... let's just... yeah, there will do. Right, so let's get ourselves in a retrograde. There we go. And we're going to do a burn just to bring ourselves in. Let's keep an eye on that fuel. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That'll do, I think. Let's use it. And let's leave a little burst in case we need a little burst. There we go. Right, so... oh, you know what? Screw it. Let's use the lot. There we go. All the fuel's spent. Which means we may as well now eject this last upper stage. Brilliant. And now the pod is just going to come back. Well, that stage is going to come back as well, but we'll see. Brilliant. Oh, wow. Filbury, are we going to complete yourself by bringing you back safely? I think we are. We just hit the upper atmosphere. We're out of space, basically. 1 times acceleration. Let's go. Whoa, look at it shake. Let's turn the SAS off. No need for SAS at this stage. We're not going to launch the parachutes just yet. We're not even upper atmospheres properly. The craft is probably just skimming across, hitting slight amounts of atmosphere. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get over the mountains and into the water because we've got an extra weight with this command module on, this control module. Normally this thing would probably land okay as it is, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We actually carried up some monopropellant, which was pointless as well, so we probably should have stripped that down. And maybe I'm thinking the solar panels were pointless? I don't know. Here we go. 30,000. Space Center is a glimmer on the coastline. It's just in sight. 20,000. We're heading over the mountains. Hopefully we won't land in the mountains. We're going to fall short of the Space Center. We're going to land in the foot of the mountains by the looks of it. It's going to have to do. Let's come out of time acceleration now. Deploy that parachute. Try and get a little bit of drag going. There we are. Decelerating now. Oh, fantastic. We've got Filbury back. Oh, brilliant. Well done there. Well, he hasn't actually landed yet, but he's getting flipping close. Going down quite quickly, but this parachute should open up. There it is, opening up. And where's our shadow? We got a shadow? Should have a shadow. Any shadows? There's a shadow. There we are, look. The teardrop shadow of the pod and chute. Coming down at about 7 meters per second, which is quite fast. It's going to be a very rough landing, but there we are. Filbury's back. Let's recover the vessel and see if that first part of that contract is completed. Okay, so now you can see in the contract Filbury's travel itinerary is complete, and we get that extra. What is it? We can't see yet. We have to have a look at this first. He's back. He actually, look, he's gained 2 XP. He's level 1. I have no idea why. He's not a pilot or anything. We can't use him. We've got 2,000 funds back from the pod, so it costs us about 9-ish to go up. We've got about 2 to get back. So you know, it's not really that expensive to throw these beggars up into the sky. Let's read this message. There, look, 19,000 for completing that itinerary. And we've still got the other one to do. So what I'm going to do now, the other one's going to be identical. So I'm not going to make you watch that. I'm going to launch it up and bring it straight back down. Okay, it's Lenfield's turn now. So we've got him in the pod, in the craft. Everything's all ready to go. Let's do it. See you up there, Lenfield. Okay, so I thought for this one, what we'll do is we'll try something a bit different. I've took the heat shield off. We'll come in purely using the engine as a heat shield, and I've got some parachutes on that section as well, so that we can bring it all down together. So, I'm trying desperately to keep the whole thing pointing retrograde manually. Oh, no, it's going to spin round. I didn't want it to do that. Let's see if we can get it to retrograde by the SAS system. Come on, retrograde. It's spinning. No explosions though, which is good. It's a bit weird. It's not actually rotating. It's trying to pitch, but it's not managing it. We're going sideways too quickly. Oh well, never mind. Let's go prograde. Oh, it can do prograde. Oh, it can do retrograde now. Yeah, a bit of swing, that's all it needed. There we go. We're heading back towards the to the planet. I'm going to deploy the chutes and separate this before we hit the ground, so let's just speed up a little bit. And I think 2,000 will do it. There we go. Let's release the bottom. Let's turn it on its side. Doing, and the chute. Great. Both parts up. Well, not up, coming down. And we should be able to get Lenfell home. Brilliant. More monies. That's what we need for our moon base. Monies. There we go. And we should be able to get the money back from that, but also the money back from this. Where's all of this? Oh, hopefully we don't land it on top of our tourist craft. I think it's unlikely to. You never know. Might do. There's a chance. There's a small chance. It's a bit of a chance. No chance. It's not going to happen. Well, there we go. Brought that tourist back as well. We'll go back to the contract, see what we've got. We really need to make some money, and we'll see how it goes. Ah, beautiful. Let's recover these vessels. Okay, so here we are. We're recovering the craft. We're getting the parts back. 36% value. That's not great, really. We didn't get a lot of the funds. But our crew's back safely, which means if we exit out of here, back to the space center, it means that we've got the contract done. And we've got 3 big ticks to say, well done. You get some a bit of science, a bit of reputation, some money, and some more money. Fantastic. I don't know if that one actually made us money or not. Let's just have a quick look. Ferry VIPs safely to his destinations. This guy wants to orbit around Kerbin, and that's it really. So I think I'll do that one between episodes. 2 tourists to their destinations and back. Land on the moon. Oh, you're a little bit wanty, aren't you? You're needy. You want to land on the moon? Right, I think that will do for now. Let's have a look at the active ones. We've got a flyby Minmus, build a surface station outpost on Minmus, and explore Minmus. I think if we explore Minmus and flyby Minmus in the next mission, that'll be fantastic. So let's close this off. And here we are, there's our tourist craft. Now, what I did do is I was building a Minmus craft. Minmus craft. Let's have a look at that. So between episodes, I built this little thing. Now, Minmus is easy to land on, and it's easy to get back from, but it's a little bit further to get there. Basically, the total trip is easier in some ways. We've just got a load of fuel with 3 engines. We're using the staging where the fuel is going into the main engine. We've got some fins to help keep it stable. This top stage has got the normal little engine that I like to use on it, and then we've got all this stuff at the top here. Now what I've done, and I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, we'll see, is we've got this service bay here, and the service bay has batteries, it has a thermometer, it has a pressure gauge, and some solar panels. Now I was thinking about taking the materials bay to Minmus, but I think at this stage it might be a little bit much. I don't know about the surface scanning module. So a small module that includes small areas. When used while landed on the planet or moon, it samples data and gathers to increase the accuracy of orbital survey results. So it doesn't actually, it's not part of our sciencey equipment per se. We could take mystery goons. I think this time we're not going to do that. We're going to come back with that sort of stuff later, maybe when we've got an outpost on there. I'm fairly happy with this design. It's very basic, and that's the whole idea. I'm trying to keep this really, really simple. I want to be able to get to Minmus, and I want it to be successful. So, we spent 20 odd minutes just getting some money together. This one's going to cost us 24,000 to get to Minmus. It's really, really tempting to put some science, more science on there. I don't know. I really don't know whether it's a good idea or not. I mean, I know science gets us more science points, but we're not going to actually get any more money, and money's the thing we're after at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this, we're going to launch it. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, yes, I built this. I built this and saved it, and then came to my Let's Play. So we need the service bay, we need octagonal struts, the comms device, and a nose cone. So let's go to aerodynamics. Let's buy that nose cone. It's 200,000. That's not too bad. Utilities. The service bay's down here. That costs 1,000. That's not too bad either. We need this strut because I put that strut inside the service bay. It's what the solar panels are attached to. So if you have a look here, you can see that they are attached to a strut. To be honest, I'm not sure that they are very well placed in there. Maybe we could do some better placing. Maybe do it sideways, like kind of. No, yeah, kind of like this. That might be a better way of doing it. They might fold out and not hit anything. I would hate for them to hit stuff. Looks like it's going to miss the thermometer. We'll test them on the launch pad before we go out. Make sure everything's okay. We'll leave it like that for now. Let's close that up. Brilliant. So we've got that. What else do we need? The comms device. Yes, I decided, seeing as we're going all that way, and we're going to be doing science, we want to take the good antenna with us. So, what was it? Science? Science, there we go. Here's the comms. Apparently with this one, I've been told you probably get more science. Because the two are pretty much identical, except one has a smaller bandwidth, and I'm guessing it's just more accurate. You get more. It says it doesn't say anything useful in the description, so let's just purchase that and hope for the best. And I've slapped that on the side of the capsule. Hopefully, with its weight being like absolutely tiny, 0.03 tons. It's like, I think, what does that work out? 300 kilograms. It's either 300 kilograms or 30 kilograms, probably 300. Yes, it should be fine on the side there, I think. So here we go. This is my Mimrus Craft Mark 1. We're going to go over there. We're going over there purely to complete the contracts. We'll go back later with science equipment, and we'll go back later with an outpost. So, let's save that. See who we've got in there. Nah, we don't want our scientist Bob. Although Bob is awesome, we need a pilot for this job. A pilot's going to get a load of XP for going to Minmus. Deedsbury, you're going to go. There you are, mate. Brilliant. Okay, so I've time accelerated until Minmus is approximately 90 degrees from what are kind of level intersectors. I mean, if you look at this, because it's on an inclined plane, this is more or less exactly on the same sort of level as Kerbin. This is where Minmus will go round. We could try and get a similar sort of inclined plane as we're orbiting, but to be honest, I'd rather do it straight and easy. And there it is. Minmus is just past about the 90-degree position, so that's going to be somewhere close. I'm sure we'll be all right with that. Let's get back down to the ground. There we go. SAS on. Come on, there we go. Oh, we haven't got SAS. Of course, silly me. This vessel has not got SAS because Deesbury is an untrained pilot. So we're taking an untrained pilot to... Oh, God, I'm going to have to do it all manually. We'll see if I'm able to do that. I think everything looks good, so let's set the throttle to maximum to begin with. And get going. Okay, yes, so there we go. SAS is now on, so we can have stability assist with our pilot, and throttle to maximum, and fuel on the screen. Let's go! Slow start there, not too bad. Oh, it's taking its time, but that's okay, I don't mind so much. So I will see you when we are getting a little bit higher up. Okay, so we're coming up to 10,000 meters. I'm going to attempt... Oh, God, I was going to say attempt to turn, and it moved over quite quickly. There we go. We're going to do a 90-degree turn for now. And once we've dropped this next stage, we're going to look at our burn and see how we're getting on with it. So, here we go. We're about to lose this stage. Hopefully it peels back quite nicely. That'd be quite good if it did. Oh yes, brilliant, okay. Let's see how our orbit's coming along. So, there's our orbit. Currently at 31. 31, 33,000. Let's make that a permanent permanently on the screen. There we go. So we need that up to at least 70,000, and we're getting further and further away from that mark. So let's slow our throttle down a little bit. We don't want the time to that mark to go over a minute. Right, so where's Minmus? There's Minmus over there. We're going to try and hit it roughly about here, I think. It's going to be difficult. It's not easy, that's for sure. 50,000. We're doing pretty well. Fuel, how's the fuel doing? Pretty good. Doing pretty good. We're just going to keep this angle for now until we come out of more of the atmosphere, taking it nice and easy. Yep, we're pretty good. I'll see you when we're in orbit. Okay, so we have an orbit. It's not a massively symmetrical one. We've got nearly 200,000 on one side, 71 on the other. That's not too important, as long as we've got enough fuel to get us to Minmus. Preferably back again. I don't want to have to do a rescue party. Let's add a manoeuvre, and we're just going to extend this out. There we go. And we want to get it all the way up to the Minmus line. So past the moon. Oh, I hope the moon doesn't get in the way. There we are, past the moon. Out towards Minmus. Let's try and get directly above it so we can get this right sort of distance. There we go. Okay, let's come back in here and have a look. So that is directly above. So now let's try and rotate this maneuver node. No. That's it. Rotate the maneuver node. Are we going to get... Oh, what was that? Well, what we just got there, ladies and gentlemen, was an intersect with the moon, which is not really what we want, is it? Are we falling? Yeah, look, we're falling. Why are we falling so short there? Let's bring that out again. Oh, look. There, we just got an intersect with Minmus. It's not the most efficient one, because we're going past it. So let's see if we can delay that by moving it round. This is difficult. This is a little bit difficult. Let's bring that back in a little bit. Oh. Now we've got another intersect there. I'd rather have it on the way in than the way out. Okay, let's have a look. Try and get one on the way in. I'm not sure we're going to get it. We're also getting close to the maneuver node, which is going to make things difficult. I think we might... Oh, what was that? What was that? Oh, it was a second encounter with the moon. No, we don't want that. Okay, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to push this out for an encounter. Oh, that's too far. For flip's sake, I'll get this right in a minute. And... Oh, whoa. No. Come on. Okay, I'm going to fiddle with this until I've got the encounter I'm looking for. I will see you in a moment. Okay, we've got one. I don't know if it's very pretty. I'd rather not have to burn quite so much. But my mouse cursor, when I scroll over this, keeps messing up. You see how I keep... That's not too bad, actually. That's not a bad encounter. Might use it if I have to. I'm just going to bring this in a little bit and see if we can get a earlier encounter on a more exact plane. So let's try and bring this round. Oh yeah, there, look. That might do it. Let's bring the screen up and zoom out. You know what? I think that's the best we're going to do. It says a 30-second burn. I don't think that's going to be the case because we're going to have to switch engines. We haven't got 30 seconds worth of fuel here. So let's warp to about here with 2 minutes left to go. Yeah, we've got no fuel in this. So we're going to have to do it on the smaller engine, which means this estimated burn time of 30 seconds is not going to be 30 seconds. So first things first, I reckon it's going to be at least 2 minutes. We're 1 minute before the node now, so I'm going to bring that... Oh, there you are. The engine's out of power already. There we go. Let's ditch that and start this one. Oh, it's saying 52 seconds, I think. 1 minute, 50 odd seconds. Okay, in that case, we're going to wait a couple of seconds until we do the burn. We want to do the burn a bit either side. That'll do. There we go. Here we go. We're going for it. We're heading for Minmus. Are we going to make it? Is the burn going to happen? Are we going to get all the way? Are we going to run out of fuel? Are we going to get back again? Are we going to be able to do the science that we want to do? Find out next time. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Master Hellish. This has been my Kerbal Space Program. Let's start playing. Until I see you next time. Goodbye.